shit too. You all was the one ever since my hair was me and my brothers be ballin' like all three. I can never leave my brother Mario Luke. I can tell the weather, but I can feel it in the air, rain coming soon. Oh, they talking hot, cool, and more vibe. Making sure I on the block, no shampoo to the metal.
What the heck is going on with y'all? It's your boy Heck, and I'm welcoming you back to the What.Da.Hecpodcast, where basketball's an art and the court is like canvas. Yes, so as of right now, because I do not have my lighting and my whole house is not set up to be filming, we're going to be doing a lot of faceless content right now. In this episode, we're going to be going over the Philadelphia 76ers second overall pick, VJ Edgecombe, who's been drawing comparisons to Victor Oladipo. Now, I see he has some talent, and I see the comparisons, but hey, Victor Oladipo, Indiana, was different. But hey man, before we get started, y'all already know the drill. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and with that, we're on straight to the action. So first, VJ Edgecombe is a 6'5", two-way slashing sharpshooter. He's athletic, he's strong, he plays solid defense, he's good at finishing at the rim, and last but more importantly not least, he can hit the spot of three. Now, a lot of it is he put Baylor on the map, and he's shown what he can do in Baylor, and he's shown his ability to score at all three levels at Baylor. But as I always will sit there and say, a lot of these young players need time to develop and need to fill out into their game. So what are his strengths? As I previously stated, athleticism. He's very good at finishing around the rim. He has the athleticism to play on the NBA level. 2, catch and shoot. As a spot-up shooter, he's a knockdown shooter. You leave him open on a driving kick, he will hit it. But it's going to be interesting to see how he gets accustomed to the NBA three-point line, because the NBA three-point line is a little bit further than what it is in college. And 3, defense. Defense is his calling card and what got him drafted. I generally believe if worst case scenario, if he doesn't turn out to be a star or a stud, which is kind of hard to tell this early on, I generally believe that he could be a solid 3-and-D wing. Because with him being 6'5" and having lateral quickness, he can guard 1s, 2s, and some 3s. And honestly, if he would have sat there and put on muscle, he could probably guard the 4s too, if he really wants to. But as I see it right now, he's a solid. He can be a two-way sharpshooter. And with some work, he's gonna learn the system and grow and develop it to be the star he needs to be. Plus, he's expected to play along with Joel Embiid, Paul George, Quentin Grimes, and Tyrese Maxey. So honestly, I think it's going to be interesting to see how he develops. Now, what are his weaknesses? Creating his shot. So as a off the dribble shooter, that's not really his game. That's not really his name. If he hits a spot up jump shot, he's cool, but anything off the dribble, that's not really his game. When it comes down to shooting off the dribble, a lot of it is your footwork, your timing, and you making sure the ball is in the shot, it goes into your shot pocket on the way up to your shot. 2, finishing. Even though he's athletic, he has to get used to finishing around 7-footers and more athletic players, because there's a difference between being a tier 1 athlete in college and a tier 1 athlete in the NBA. When driving, VJ Edgecombe's gonna have some growing pains. 3, finally, I would like to see him develop a pull-up jump shot. If he develops a pull-up jump shot, he can sit there and be a much more effective, because now with his athleticism, he generates rim pressure, and you got to play up on him to guard his 3-ball. Now the mid-range game is gonna be all his. But hey man, with all that being said, you already know the drill. Let's get to the action. So this is VJ Edgecombe's game in a nutshell. He catches the ball on a ball reversal. He has a lane. Now what he's gonna do is he's gonna go top speed, go downhill, get to a spot. He jumped from the Big 12 logo, shows double clutch changes, and finish off the glass, high off the glass. That right there is who he is as an quick, explosive, and can finish around the rim with either hand. Good layup. Pick and roll. Gets the ball, doesn't like what he got. He re-screens it because he sees a space on this side of the court. Gets through. He waits. He reads him so that way he can get his man to commit. And he rises up and shoots the one dribble pull up here. Like the shot, can't hate on it. So my question is, with him, did he shoot this shot because he did not see him open, or he shot this shot because this was the right read? Now, as I always will sit there and say, it don't matter, it's a bucket. But these are certain things I like to pay attention to now, so that way you can see where his development is at. Good shot, swish. Pick and roll, he goes over it. Now, what he's trying to do is he's trying to shoot this jump shot, but he does a good job of avoiding the screen and not letting him get contact. He forces his jumper instead of hitting the roll man who's diving into the cup. Give me that. Now, one of the things I actually noticed about VJ Edgecombe or film, he is fast. He brings the ball down. He sees he has a one-on-one. Now, this is strictly athleticism. Does a cross jab, 1-2, takes off. No big man at the rim. So this play is more on a defensive breakdown rather than something that VJ Edgecombe did. They run a pick and roll. Because they're playing zone, 5 is nexting this instead of letting 44 pick this up or saying drop. And because he's too close to the ball handler, VJ is going to have a wide open shoot around. Boom! Pick and roll. Okay, he got the switch. Now, this is what happens. This is on 28 for having his hand, for shaking his hand out. So what VJ is going to do is he's going to take his inside hand, swipe it off. Now he has him turning and running. Now VJ has a bunch of moves here, so he can either go all the way to the cup, go full speed up, and go all the way to the cup, which is going to be a little bit dangerous because if you do that, because these NBA backboards don't have give, if you're going full speed to the rim, your layups will go straight off the glass and you look goofy. So he does a 2 for the gather to a little touch shot, good shot. In this clip, he forgoes the pocket pass, which may have been the right read for his own mid-range pull-up. Now, I would like to sit there and see him make that pass eventually because that's not going to be. I want to imagine that that's not going to be Summer League Pro, Summer League Bozo. That's going to be Joel Embiid with running that action. So because of that, I don't like the shot there, but because he's the best player on his team, or the player that gets getting the most shots on his team, I'm okay with it. Okay, so first things first, VJ fakes the backdoor cut, so that way he can create separation and get his man going back to the rim, so that way he has an angle to get the ball. He comes around the screen, VJ Edgecombe hugs it tight. Why he does this is because it doesn't allow him to get any space to go through. If you want to sit there and get a good grasp of how to get through screens, watch Drew Holiday. The biggest trip is you want to sit there and squeeze your body and force him to create space for yourself. But that's neither here nor there. He comes off the screen, he pump fakes it, gets him to jump, collects himself, swish. This is called Spain pick and roll. How you can tell Spain pick and roll? You're going to see screen on the ball and his man's going to set the screen on the screen, his man. Boom, pick and roll. He set the second screen. Now, VJ Edgecombe, 22 is wide open over here. How look at this position is, you gotta imagine this is Joel Embiid, not 22 from the Summer League. And why I break this down is because I see a lot that sometimes VJ Edgecombe is looking for his own shot rather than setting up his offense. But he only passes the ball when he got cut off and he had no options. Then he goes, okay, let me hit the top of the key. Not him hitting the top of the key preemptively. Good shot. Boom! It doesn't really matter because they got the bucket, but it's certain subtleties I pay attention to. They're playing zone. So what's supposed to happen is he's guarding an area, he's guarding an area, he's guarding an area. But the problem is this guy is responsible for 2 people. And all it took is for VJ to sit there and use an eye fake, get him looking at 17 coming off this action for a pin down, and leaves the big man wide open for a dunk. Can't happen. So one of VJ Edgecombe's strengths is attacking closeout and attacking space. When he has the ability to catch the ball with a full head of steam, he's almost unguardable. So a lot of times is you gotta pick him up early, and you gotta pick him up quick and early. Gets the ball, he attacks, he's opening up, he's going full speed. Now he's jumping into his body, so that way he takes away his length to block the shots. He's too far to block this. Good soft touch, good lay. Pick and roll. He attacks, in and out. Now he's going to spin back middle. Now he has a wide open touch shot. Good shot. So, I mean, okay, so after watching VJ Edgecombe Summer League game, there's a lot of good I see and there's a lot of bad. Okay, what is the good? He's shown the ability to shoot the ball off the catch. He has a solid pull and mid-range game. He's shown the ability why he's drafted. He's very athletic. He's very good at getting to the rim. and he's very good at finishing around the rim. Now here's some of the bad that I see. 1, his court vision and his passing needs some work. He may sit there and improve during the summer league. I don't know whether he's not passing the rock, giving up the rock on some of these reads, because he's not really, those guys are not really Joel Embiid. Or it could be coach's decision, like, okay, well, VJ, we need you to I want to see what you could do. We need you to shoot all the shots, whatever. I'm a big proponent on playing the right way for this simple fact of, if he's willing to do that, for me, there's a difference between making the right decision, and sometimes the right decision doesn't always mean a shot, a made basket. It's always the right pass. For an example, if I had make a difficult step back 3 over 2 people and make it, that's a bad shot that went in. That shot is worse than passing somebody the ball for a wide open layup that they miss. It's not about the result. For me, I'm big on this. It's not about the result. Was it the right play or the right decision? Because when you make the right play and the right decision, that's when success starts happening. Because in the end of the day, when you rely on difficult shots or hero ball, it makes the game a lot harder for yourself, and those shots eventually are not going to start falling. But hey man, I sit there and say this. I felt that VJ Edgecombe being on the 76ers is kind of like a bad fit, because he's going to have to sit there and earn his shots over Quentin Grimes, who's shown the ability to drop 40 when Paul George and Joel Embiid was not there. Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid's going to be back. Now granted, Joel Embiid's going to be I wouldn't put any money on it that I would put any amount of money that Joel Embiid's not going to play. I put any amount of money on it that Joel Embiid, okay, let me phrase that. Joel Embiid is going to be back next year, but knowing Joel Embiid and his injury issues, I know for a fact he's not playing all 82. Paul George, who I think has an injury right now, so I don't know when he's going to be back. So I feel that he's going to have his opportunities in spurts. Jared McCain is another one. And because the team has so many scorers on that team, I don't think he's going to be expected to sit there and come in there and play defense. Not sit there and go, all right, let's give you the key of the office, go get 30, we'll figure it out from there. And because of that, I don't think he was a better fit for him would have been the Brooklyn Nets, where he could sit there and create his own offense and just learn how to play the game. But hey, sometimes you don't get what you want. But hey man, let me know how you feel about this video in the comment section below. But with that, thank y'all for tuning to the What the Heck podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know the drill. We turn down.